At the gate, I must state this is going to be a bit of an impromptu video today, because it's 2 in the morning last night, lack of sleep and all that. I popped into my garage and saw this thing, this Turan III sitting in my garage. And immediately I noticed PzIV medium premium German tank. I'm thinking to myself, please don't let this be another T25. No offence to anyone that likes it, but I could not stand this thing's utter lack of gun handling on full traverse and movement. And then I noticed this. That gun, to any of you that have played the Panzer IV, the Panzer III 4, that should look rather familiar to you, because it is essentially the 75 L48 from the Panzer IV and Panzer III 4. Same caliber, exact same rate of fire, penetration slightly more on the Turan by 3. Damage, exact same there as well, same with the dispersion, and it has 0.1 better aim time, with magically a third less the weight. Okay, so that tells me, along with the other statistics, being roughly the same as the Panzer IV with the same top speeds as well, this is going to play like a Panzer IV. So, after I popped in that early in the morning, I figured, with that in mind, let's get it out as such and take it into a random battle. Oh, balls, it's seized his sevens. I suppose if the Panzer IV can deal with his sevens, so can this thing. And it's darn good that we loaded up half of our ammunition. Is APCR, because we're gonna need it. And I just now noticed, it's all well and good, we've got 32 ammo. That may be a problem. Which to me says we're limited to, what would that be, 3,300 damage tops? That's really only about 2 Tier 7 tanks. Right, we're gonna have to do our best not to toss round with those Onis. Big bloated bodies they are. And if they've got the derp gun, we're going to have some problems, because that 50mm of armour, it's not going to be nearly enough protection. Oh good, well we got a KB1S we can go mess with. And as we get over there, I am noticing that this does have the top speed of the Panzer IV, but not quite the pass of weight. But yet we got a Cromby to play with. Where we guard him? He's out of the open on the 5 line anyway. On the note of speeds, as we were mentioning just there, it's not that much slower. Uphill it possibly could pose a problem, but certainly seems to get round well enough. And that 40 top speed isn't hurting it any. Now let's have a go at this Cromby, because we're going to need to pick off these squishy targets. Try not to waffle any. Oh, he's got the dirt man next to him. And we need to switch to AP, because we're going to need that APCR for the aforementioned Onis. Because that 110 pen's not going to be going through them. I think it'll do fine and see 5 and 6s, but not 7s all that much. Let's go up here and meet up with our OD, because the Lord knows we don't need to be presenting ourselves as the primary target for the enemy to shoot at. Not being bottomed here. Let's see if we can catch a Hellkit unawares. Oh, no, we've got a bigger, fatter target. And we get to make use of this lovely day crummy we just killed not even a couple minutes ago. That's nice of him. Oh, come on, Malay, we want to off you. No, never mind, we got a Hell Kitty looking at us in the face. We want none of that. And I do believe that Skirter just shot us from out on the cat. Yes, he did. Sitting outside view range, yet inside drawer. All the way back, which seems to be K5. Right. No need to stick there. Now, you may be thinking to yourselves, why is he ash-taking in the Turan? It's no KB5. Well, let's be honest, it's 2 in the morning, as I said, and I don't quite think I know what I'm doing. I blame the night cube. Well, good. T29 just off that AMX M4. And we're going to see if we can't go over to this 8-9 where nothing's been detected yet. And get some side shots in. And going back on it, originally comparing it, or hoping it wouldn't compare to the T25, it is a bit slower, but this gun handling, ooh, side shots on heavies, nom 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 nom. This gun handling is much better. Let's get another shot off, and before we go to too much attention, yeah, we need to back out of there. Because that derp gun will go clean through this thing, and I believe it had 25mm of armor on the sides. That may be a touch painful since we don't have the skirts that the Panzer IV does, but hopefully you're not going to be presenting yourself. Oh no, RNG, please don't shoot at us. Oh, thank you, RNG. That was nearly a premature return to garage. Right. We need to use that mobility, get out of here, and not be poking him in the face. And run it into a flag. Taking with little sleep, I think, is something we need not do in the future. And let's see if we can pop him over here since that T29's got his attention. Oh look, it's the Skoder that was shooting at us there. Hello. And the RD's back. Yep, we want none of that. And the artillery's lit, but we don't want to sit here and try and off him because that RD, which I do believe is hunting us at the moment, is going to come around that corner, and yes, we will deal with that artillery later. Now that we've boogied, the next minute and 30, nearly 2 minutes, is going to be me telling the team, look, this city, let's go flank out and field. So, with the magic of editing, I'm going to spare you all that lengthy period of time and fast forward as I convince them to come with me. So, transition time. Righto, getting back into the match. Here we are out in the field. Team actually came round with us to make use of it, and we've got the O'Neill is just where we figured he would be, and we get off the artillery now, which needs to go, otherwise those little buggers will pose quite a bit of a problem as we try and take out that O'Neill. Getting rid of all the support we can. And with the M44 gone, let's see if we can find those M12s. And this thing, looking at the gun where it was, The gun depression seems to be, and I could be wrong, better than the Panzer IV, at least off the front, because like the other German tanks, you've got that wonky bit where you need to have it off at about a 25-degree angle or something just to get the gun down to 10 degrees. And if that's the case, that's going to be a huge leg up on the Panzer IV. Good. M12 gone. Let's go find this platoon mate. Oh no, we lost a buddy. We could have used him to cap. Or bait him onto it, rather. But yeah, well, maybe not. It looked like it had 10 degrees off the front. I'm going to have to look at that and take Inspector, because it feels like it's better. Let's try and use bushes. We do have 330 meter view range. Well, base. You're going to want to toss optics and Bynix on this thing. Lord knows you're going to need to spot the enemy before they spot you. Now, where is he? There we go. There's our friend. RNG, no bully. Oh, thank God. Right, now that we're going to have him dead, we're going to hug this building. Because with that thin armour, we do not want that only offing us already. So I don't think our T-29, despite how decent a driver they may or may not be, 3 hit points is not going to get them far. Sitting back and looking at this thing as an entire package, though, I honestly do think it plays like a Panzer IV. With the 75 L48 at any rate. A lot of people like the 105, but this thing will do rather well. In a tier 5 and 6, I think that 110 pen's going to go a good ways for that good accuracy, gun handling on it. And that's decent speed, and oh yes, I'm not aiming at him. Don't type in chat when there's an engagement, folks. It's not conducive to one's winning, and the T-29 gets it. Good stuff. Well now, let's go have a look at that after battle. So we've got an ace tanker in it, of which 2,000 damage in a 2.7. So I think this tank's going to do that on a consistent basis. No, there was a rather slow team on the other side, so we got to make use of our average mobility and get round them quite often. They let us do our own thing. And without knowing the camo coefficient on this tank, I don't quite know if that's going to be a consistent thing you're going to be able to pull off, but that aside, we'll go into stats at some later date. 54k income. Honestly, I don't run T5 tanks all that much, let alone T5 premiums, but I'd imagine a lot of you out there have got a T14 or a Ram 2 or a Churchill 3 that you can base that against. At face value, that feels rather good for a T5 premium. And to top it off, yeah, we did fire a lot of APCR in that, which I think you would agree was rather much needed against those O'Nees. But even with using 16 rounds of APCR, it still made a profit. And to me that says it has rather good credit earning, or it has rather cheap premium ammo. In either event, rather good leg up for the tank. Overall though, yeah, 27 shots fired, 24 hits. It, I believe, has good gun handling on it. That's why I'm rather enjoying it. And the penetrations, yeah, a lot of it was APCR, but that was also 160 pen in a tier 7 match. That's not OP, and yet it was still penetrating if you know where to aim. So, and I'm glad I said OP, because this tank, I don't believe anyone's going to be calling OP. It's essentially a Panzer IV, let's not kid ourselves. It's same top speed, relative mobility to the Panzer IV, and it's the 75 L48. A lot of people run the 105, you know, they like derping around with heat, but that 75 L48 is a good gun, because even in a brawl it's got decent DPM, you're not having to depend on RNG of that 105, so it's not exactly the worst gun to toss on the tank. So, without going into length, because hopefully at a later date we'll look at this thing in Tank Inspector, and possibly I'll show it off in a tier 5 or a 6 match, which you hopefully will see the majority of the time. All that aside, I do think it's a good tank. I like it, I'll say it now. I'll probably be running it quite a bit as the days go on, but yeah, that's the Turan III. I hope you all found this rather interesting, being a preview that, well, at the time of recording wasn't out yet. A new preview, failing that afterwards. And you guys look forward to getting your hands on it. Hopefully it's priced rather decently, because it's a Panzer IV. If you like the Panzer IV, you'll like this thing. And on the flip side, if you hate the Panzer IV, the 75 L48, well then you probably don't want to touch it. But it does have that icing on the cake, I must add, of 10 degrees gun depression, which feels like it's the majority of the front end. You've got, 90 more hit points, so you can be clocked upside the head an additional time above the Panzer IV. So there's that. So as an end note, as always, hopefully you guys found this entertaining, if not informative. You guys take care.